What's going on, YouTube? No. Alright, so today I'm gonna be. King, get out the way. Get out the way. You in the way of the camera. Move. Go over there. Such a tight squeeze. I might have to take these bar drivers off. It's hard to get that off. Alright, but what I'm doing is I'm replacing this battery here, and I'm gonna put this battery in there. Alright, so this is a 60 volt, 26 amp hour battery. And I'm gonna put that on here. So I'm taking this off now. This is kind of wedged in there. Such a tight fit. King, you gotta move, bro. Go over there. Go over there. Then you go the opposite way. Go stay over there. Go lay down. Trying to see how I can get this off. There we go. Alright. Shoot. Let me go ahead and start charging these batteries. So I'm going to replace one of the 15 amp hour batteries, and I'm going to put a 20 amp hour battery on there. And I'm going to keep the 15 here, I'm going to put the 20 here. Now, the 15 and 20, I don't know how they did it, but it's exactly the same size. I don't know how. And it performs like a 20 amp hour battery. So it's not a fake 20 amp hour battery. Plugging this up. I know this can't fit right there. And I sure as hell, I don't want to put that right here. I mean, I guess I could. Yeah, I guess I could. I would just have to really strap it because it's so heavy. I could do that. And then I could combine the 52 with the 20 and put that over there. Because that's how I have my other bike. Oh man, this freaking battery is so heavy, y'all. This thing is like freaking 30 pounds. That's another reason why I don't want to put it on the bottom. But I mean, if I put like 3 or 4 straps, it should be good. Make sure y'all can hear me. I don't have my mic on right now. But this is going to be a trial and error type of situation. I'm going to try it one way. If it don't work, I'm going to switch it around. Going into this, I was thinking about just putting 2 52 volt batteries on here. But now that I'm doing it, I may put this one on the bottom. It's not going to look the prettiest. I don't know. Yeah, let me go ahead and start charging these batteries. Because whenever you connect new batteries, you want to have them at 100%. You don't want to have one discharge into the other one. That can be dangerous. Although I always use a battery balancer just to be extra safe, I always make sure they're fully charged. Well, I gotta take this battery off. So these Velcro straps are super good. I've never had one fail on me. And you'll see, like, once I start taking these off, this battery is not very, the screws are already stripped out. I'm just gonna unlock it now. Okay. Thought this was the key, it's just not the key. Okay. Man, I have so many freaking e-bike battery keys. I gotta find which one it is. I labeled the ones I use mostly, the ones I always take on and off, but this one I don't really take on and off. So, alright, I found it. Stay over there. I'm not going outside. Look, without the Velcro straps, y'all see that? Hey, go back over there like I said. Go lay down. Lay down. Alright. So, I'll show you all the difference. Oh man, that battery's heavy too. Hold on a second. Alright. Alright. I had to make sure my dog can't come. He keeps standing in front of the camera, so. Ah, shoot. My wrist is still hurting from that fall. I don't know if y'all can see that. I got like a little bruise right there. But whenever I try to like use my hand to get up, it fucking hurts. Alright, so y'all can really see the difference in batteries. This is the 26 amp hour battery. This is the 20 amp hour battery. And it's quite a big difference. Yeah. So what I might do, I might put this one on the bottom, put this one on the top, and then put the 20 amp hour on the top. I mean in the middle. And then that way I'll have a 60 amp hour. Or actually 66 amp hour instead of a 61. Damn dog, so hyper. So yeah, that's what I might do. But let me go ahead and start charging these batteries. Oh. Good now, I just gotta plug it up. I don't have a lot of room to work with, that's why everything is so messy. Alright, so that's good, they're gonna be charging. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that battery mount off. I'm gonna have to do a lot of work to get this done. So all these, well, I guess not these. All this can stay, but This is gonna have to go. Then I'm gonna have to trace it down. Make sure all the power is out of the car drivers. All right, so it's right here. I'm actually upgrading the batteries, so I'm going from a, what was it, a 55, so I had a 15, no, 30 and then 20, so I had a 50 amp hour battery or bike, and what I'm going to do is upgrade it to a 64 amp hour. So instead of two 52s, I'm going to have two 60 volt batteries, and then the front is going to be the 52. So I'm going to have to change some things around because you never want to connect two different voltage together. So I'm going to have two of the 60 volt batteries connected. My ear? Why you want to see my ear, bro? Can I see my ear? I got a gauge in my ear, bro. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and start disconnecting all of this. Not gonna lie, this is gonna be a lot of work to do, especially because I got everything all taped up and you know. Actually, that wasn't too bad. So this is the far driver with the display. So this controls the front wheel, this controls the display, this controls the twist throttle. So leave that there. And now I gotta start cutting off the other stuff. Get out the kitchen, bro. Appreciate it, man. Hey, man, if you're gonna sit here and troll, I'm about to boot you from the channel. So chill out. I don't know if you call people. I don't really care. So with the setup I had, it was going 58 miles per hour. I'm guessing with two 60 volt batteries, I'll probably be able to crack 60 at least. But it's not so much for speed because going 60 miles per hour on this setup, I really wouldn't recommend it. I would say you got to upgrade the brakes to at least 203s. The only time I do speed runs is like on a straightaway and with no cars or anything like that. I use this bike for food delivery, so I'm not out here like going 50 miles per hour the whole shift. I'm usually, my average speed is like 15 miles per hour. The reason why I'm upgrading it, damn, what was I saying? I keep thinking about what my dog is doing. I hear him walking around in my gym. I don't want him to take a leak over there. But yeah, so the majority of the reason why I'm upgrading the batteries is for better range. You know, I want to be able to stay out there longer, at least 4 hours continuously. Yesterday, by the time I got home, I was pretty much, well, I would say about 2 miles from the house, my batteries were pretty much depleted on this bike. My other bike, no problem. I have 60 amp hours on there, so I never have an issue on there. Yeah, but yeah, I just want to get more range. Of course, when you have two 60-volt batteries in parallel with both having 50 BMS, you are going to get more power. Uh, but this is more for range, and so I don't, really push the batteries too hard. Right now, I had two 52-volt batteries in parallel, but I'm gonna swap that, and I'm gonna put two 60-volt batteries in parallel, and then the middle battery, which is gonna still be a 52 battery, is gonna control the front wheel. Now, the front wheel, I'm not gonna use that much, only on takeoffs or when I'm in traffic. And from my experience on my other e-bike, where I have the same exact setup, don't do that. Stay over there. Where I have the same exact setup, whenever I go about 35, 40 miles, I come home and the middle battery is still at, 85, 90% fully charged. So even with me doing speed runs and navigating in and out of traffic, this is not really going to be used too much. It's just as backup, and like I said, just for acceleration purposes. But that's pretty much it. All right, so we got that disconnected. Oh man, I was just using that screwdriver. Where did I put it? Oh, it's over there. But yeah, all my batteries come with this. They're certified. They've been tested. So I haven't had an issue with any one of my batteries overheating or anything. And I actually crashed my bike the other day. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was laying on my back from falling, I was thinking about the batteries. Like, damn, I crashed so hard. Now I was just like, damn, I hope the bike don't catch on fire. But it was fine. Nothing happened. They didn't overheat. I still was able to finish the shift off. Yeah, it is a Q-Life. Well, it was a Q-Life. It's not the only thing that's a Q-Life on this bike is the frame, and shoot, that's pretty much it. I done changed out everything. The seat, the tires, the brakes, the wheels, the motors, the throttles, the display, everything. I done changed everything. But yeah, originally this was my first ever e-bike that I ever purchased. 26-inch by 4 e-bike. The top speed was 28 miles per hour, but it came with a small ass battery, a 13 amp hour battery that did not produce any type of torque. I didn't have very good range. I maybe on a good day could get 20 miles, but I used to go, do food delivery, and after 3 deliveries, I'm pedaling the bike home because the battery's dead. And I remember one time I was out there on my second delivery, it overheated and it literally cut off. And when I was trying to cut it back on, the display was saying overheating. I'm like, overheating? On my second delivery, you're overheating? That's trash. So I decided, I was like, I'm gonna start learning how to upgrade my bike. No, the battery, I still have the battery and I still use it. I use it for my other e-bike, the single motor. It's not a bad battery. It's just, this bike is heavy, man. And I think if you're going to have a heavy bike like this, you got to have a more powerful battery that can actually sustain constant power. But that was more like, you were supposed to be pedaling all the time. So, I don't know. Oh, you got a Q-Life too? Which one you got, bro? You got this same one? Well, as you can see, most of these screws are already stripped out. But I always use Velcro to strap my batteries down. So even if I do have good screws, I'll take them out anyway. I mean, I put the Velcro around it anyway. But yeah, man. Unfortunately, this was my first time ever modding an e-bike, so I probably didn't use the right screws. But you know, it's a DIY, so it's not gonna be perfect. It's not gonna be like showroom quality, you know. But I love it. I love my bikes. I love all my builds. Even my single motor, single battery up there. It's real cool, man. You just run some errands on it. It's not too fast. It's pretty much what this one was. 28 miles per hour. Well, it can actually go up to 34. Which is crazy because this bike came with a 1200 watt motor, peaked at 1500. But it didn't feel like it. I mean, even a Ridge Star had more torque than this bike. And that only came with a 1000 watt motor. Man, it is hot. Turn the air down. I'm gonna drink some iced coffee. Alright, so we're just taking off this battery plate. Got the screws here. These are the screws I was using. Probably not the right ones for this frame because they all end up stripping out. But that was because my nephew crashed a bike, and then when he brought it back, they were all stripped out. So it is what it is. Let's see where we're gonna put this. And then this is gonna be the new battery plate right here. Let me see. Would I put a bigger motor on it? Yeah, exactly. So, okay, so you got it up to 40? What's up? Okay, so that's the new one, right? With the spring, I think it has right here, the rear suspension that they put on there. Is this still a 26 by 4? Or you got the 26 by, was it 1.29 or something like that, or 9.5? So you got the fat tire e-bike then. Okay. So did you upgrade the battery too? But yeah, this is the new battery plate I'm gonna put on there. So that's gonna go. This. It's gonna go just like this. And then of course I'll put the straps around it. It's pretty much exactly the same length. So now I just gotta rewire everything to make sure that my 60 volt batteries are in parallel and not the 52. The 52 is gonna be by itself. And I think I'm gonna actually take that one off too and put the other 52 volt because that's a 20 amp hour. This is only a 15 amp hour. That way I have a little bit more headroom. Oh, really? Okay. Well, you probably will get better range, even if it's stock because the tires on it's big. Not a lot of tire resistance like these, right? Well, not these, but the other tires. They had a lot of um, what do you call it? Rolling resistance. Like when I would just let it roll, it didn't really go that far. I would have to stay on the throttle. It almost felt like I had regen, and I didn't have regen on the regular stock bike. I don't have it now either. Excuse me. But so how many miles do you usually get on a full charge? And you said you upgraded the motor. Did you upgrade the battery too? Or do you still have the stock battery? So yeah, this bike is getting a complete overhaul. Uh, oh, okay. I don't want to strip that. Let me switch tools. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get another flathead. Watch out, boy. All right. Yeah, definitely didn't want to strip this screw out. These actually are in there pretty solid. I never had any problem with these loosening up. And I only put one strap on that one. Alright. Now I need an Allen key. Yeah, I don't see a lot of Q lights on the road, man. So far in the 6 months I've been riding e-bikes, I only seen one Q light, and it wasn't like this. It was pretty much the one you had, the regular tire, 27 by 5. But he said he liked it, man. You know, everybody doesn't do exactly what I do with their e-bikes. Everybody isn't trying to make them go fast or do food delivery. You know, I use mine as a work vehicle. I mean, it is a hobby as well. I love riding when I'm not working, but it's also very enjoyable just to ride through the city on a bike, man. It's so different, man. Now I can navigate the whole city or a majority of the city without navigation, all because of my e-bike. So that's really cool. The only thing I don't like about this bike is the triangle. I wish it was a little bit bigger. I wish it was like right here, so I could fit a bigger battery right here. And then I can make it like, I could put 360-volt batteries on here if this triangle was just a little bit higher. Of course, I can always, you know, do what e-bike guy does and rebuild it so it goes up and then down. But I don't know how to weld at all, so. All right, man. Hey, Corey, thank you for tuning in, bro. I appreciate your comments. And thank you for wishing me well. Alright, so I got all the battery plates pretty much. Oh, I got one more. I got one more to take off. So now I'm just trying to get to this side. Right there. Got one more. Alright, so third battery plate got off. And this is what the bike looks like with no batteries on it. Completely naked. It looks funny. This is almost how it looked when I first got it. Yeah. Alright, so I also wanted to put the twist throttle, because right now, oh no, it is on the rear, I think. Honestly, I can't even remember, man. I'm doing so much changes to these e-bikes. I think the twist was on the back. Yeah, it was, but it had 160 volt on there. So now my goal is to put two 60 volt batteries on here. There, y'all can see a little better. Raised up the tripod. But yeah, so this battery is gonna actually go right here. It's gonna set right there. Sit right here. So it's definitely gonna look like a freaking motorcycle when I put this on here. The only thing I'm not sure about, I don't see a power off for this battery. You know what I mean? I feel like I don't see how you turn this battery off. So I don't like that. That means I'm probably gonna, well not probably, if this battery doesn't turn off, I'm gonna have to wire a key switch on here. Because right now, how I turn the bike off is just with the power switch. And that means that the bike will always be on, and I don't want that. So, yeah. I don't know, I'm gonna have to, let me see. Let me get my tablet, I'll be right back. I don't know why they would make a battery without an on and off switch. That's not smart. Well, I could do that. I could just take it off every night. That could be the battery I take off instead of the bottom one. Yeah, I could just do that. Yeah, man, why does it not have a switch on it though? This is just a completely different battery because even the display, it lights up blue instead of green. It goes from red to green to blue. But I don't see a switch on here anywhere. So, uh, not not very thorough instructions on the battery. Just tells you how to charge it. That's it. Doesn't say anything about an on and off switch. So it is what it is. Like I said, I'll just be taking that off every night when I charge it, just because I don't want to keep the. You know, I don't even know. We'll see. We'll see. Also came with this, but I actually upgraded all my connectors to a XT90. Make sure y'all drop a like if you don't mind. King, bro, I just took you outside. You over there farting and stinking up the place? You smell yourself. Okay. And these, so let me show y'all what I'm doing. So anytime I connect batteries in parallel, I use this right here. Y'all can see that? Let me lower it down. This right here is a battery balancer. So it's just an extra level of protection, and it also connects the two batteries that you want to connect in parallel. And it allows the batteries to discharge simultaneously. I have charged them up together, but they didn't overheat or anything. But I realized that it didn't seem like it was charging at the same rate, so I don't do that anymore. I always take off one battery whenever I'm charging it. Alright, and I actually, man, I don't even know where my drill bit is. I do need to drill another hole. But for just testing purposes right now, I'm not going to do that. That's here. Alright, I need a XT90. So XT60. So I was just going to take one of these. I have a whole bunch of them. So this connector right here, or adapter, right, it's going to go from an XT60 to an XT90. Alright, and then that allows you to connect the battery to this. Alright, so now when I plug up this battery, you're going to hear the far driver. It's going to go beep, beep, beep. That means it's turning on. I think that screw is too big. So this, like the flange or whatever you call it, is a little bit too big. So I'm going to use this one. Let's see if I can get that to. Yeah. Try a little trick real quick. Get some too. This might work, it might not work. Just gotta test it out. Oh man, it's not working the way I want it to. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to drill some more holes. Be right back. Gotta go get a drill bit. Hey, what's up? Hey, Samantha. Hey, 911 cutie. All right, so now I'm gonna drill another hole. Make sure it's good. Probably gonna have to do two of them. It's way too small. So I'll get that started now. So Nothing happened. I'm just doing some upgrades to the battery or the bike. Yesterday when I was out delivering, no, Samantha, I didn't fall again. You trying to be funny? um, I'm just upgrading the batteries to from 252 volt 160 volt to 250 to 260 volt 152. I'm putting a massive battery on here. It's going to be a 60 volt 26 amp hour, and then what else? So basically I'm going to have 64 amp hours from 50. Oh, it's dead. All right, found one that works. And these are really good. I like these screws better. Let's just hope it flushes. All right, see that? Alright, and then I actually need to get some more screws like that because those actually work better with this frame. I'm gonna put another one here. What's up, 911? I don't know what you said. Let's see. Oh, you just took it away. Just gotta make the hole a little bit bigger. Alright, so that's sturdy. They ain't going nowhere. Alright. Oh, man, this battery is so heavy. So now we connect the battery. Okay. Actually, I gotta switch it around. So I actually forgot. I gotta switch it around. Alright, make sure that the power, drain all the power out. Um, Technically, yeah, because now I'm putting two 60-volt batteries on here. So it's going to make it faster and it's going to make it last longer. So I'm going from a 20 amp hour to a 26 amp hour. So I'm going to have 6 more amp hours. Also, I'm upgrading the 52 battery that was right here from a 15 to a 20. So all in all, I'm adding 11 amp hours plus another 60-volt battery. So yeah, it is going to be faster and it's going to last longer. So yeah, yeah. Okay, so I gotta disconnect this one. Actually, no, this is good. Alright, so which one is, this one is going to the front, no? That's the car driver. I'm sorry, it has the, I don't see why it's doing that. Alright, we're gonna have to connect it again and see. And connect it to this one. Because the display didn't cut on, so that means I didn't have the right car driver connected. Ah, okay. Okay, I just connected the wrong car driver, that's all. So, this one being this one, so, yeah. Okay, so now when I connect the battery, the display should pop on. If the display pops on, that means I connected it correct. All right, here we go. Y'all ready? 3, 2, 1. All right, so y'all can see the display is now turned on. It shows a full battery and it has power. Okay? And that actually is pretty stable. Ooh, man, that thing is off center though. Golly, that thing is off. Also, I think my seat is crooked. All right, that's better. And then I'll just strap it so it goes like that. Man, definitely feels like a motorcycle now. Y'all can see that. And it feels like I got a little gas tank right here. Alright, so that's good. Now, let me see. I'm going to just leave it here. And I'm going to see if this has an automatic switch off. Like if I don't touch it, I don't engage, see if this turns off by itself. If it doesn't, then whenever I charge it, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this battery. Oh man, that's massive. Sheesh. That is massive. And then I'll just strap it down like this. Just for extra support. Something like that. Oh, well, I'm going to have to go right here most likely. Or I might have to get some new straps that have some type of... I know what I can do. I know exactly what I can do. I have this adhesive stuff I can put right here. And then that way the strap will actually stay and it won't move. And then I can just tighten it down like that. Hey, stop scratching your ears. That's why you keep shaking your head and you scratch your ears. Alright, so what I'm going to do is put this on there. So I'll put that there, get that to stick so it won't move. And then I'll be able to strap. Alright, so let's do that. Should have applied some heat to it. I didn't. So you're asking how did she become a moderator? She was pretty much always tuning in. She always was positive, and if anybody was, kind of trolling me or something like that, she always spoke up for me. So I appreciated that. So I told her, hey, you mind being a moderator? this might not work as good as I thought. This is how you pretty much learn, man. Trial and error. But if this doesn't work, if this battery, like I can't get it to stay down the way I want to, like really secure, I'm gonna put it on my other bike, and then I'll just put the original 60-volt battery, and then I'll put the other 60 right there. And this is how it's gonna go. Maybe. See, that don't really. That's not gonna work. Let's start go here. Should be enough room. Maybe something like that. Yeah. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Please don't start trolling, because I'm gonna have to block you. Like, bro, what is y'all infatuation with that number? That seems pretty demonic to me. You don't know? Okay. Well, yeah, don't ask me to say that. Not the prettiest. Definitely not, not the prettiest. But definitely does work. Yeah, definitely not the prettiest. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put this battery on the other bike. And then what I'll do is put the 20 amp hour battery here, 20 amp battery here, and then the 5220 right here. So this is the other battery I have. I have like 12 batteries. So this is a 52 volt, and that'll fit right there in the middle. And then I'll have my 60 and my 60. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna put this one on my grid star. So yeah, unfortunately, I was not able. Well, I mean, it's on there. Y'all see it's on there. I'm not really liking the look of it. And the only so even if I lower the seat right there, it still isn't making contact. So unfortunately, I'm not going to put this battery on here. I'm not liking the way it's looking, especially having to do all this extra stuff. So that's a no-go. Can I draw a skeleton? Man, what are you talking about, 911 cutie? Like, you are acting like a little kid now. How old are you? You're not supposed to be on my channel if you're under 18. Please, if you're not 18, please exit my page. This is not for kids. I don't want to entertain no kids. I don't want no kids on my channel. Like, no disrespect, but it's kind of weird. I'm old. I don't want to really interact with kids, well, at all, yeah. Unless they're family. So I'm sorry, but yeah, this page is not for kids. So again, if you're under 18, please find another channel to watch. There's a whole bunch of e-bike channels out there that do similar things like I do. I'm in my 30s, and I'm not really trying to have kids on my channel. I always put it's not for kids whenever I go live. And yeah, you asking me to say a number and draw and stuff like that. And I never even went to your page, so I don't know. Yeah. All right, so that's pretty much going to be the video. When I come back, it's going to be when all these batteries are fully charged, and then I can actually do the new setup. But for now, I don't really have anything to show because all my batteries are charging. And I depleted this bike, so these batteries are going to take a little while to charge. So thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate it. I don't think we had anybody trolling. We almost did have to kick one person, but all right, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.